The wiper arm bushing is a tricky thing. These two have holes drilled through for the pins. But the pin on the swivel has no hole, so I would have to drill. And they don't fit on tightly. They fit over it, but there's a bit of loose. So I don't think it's the ideal solution. This, however, I believe, is the exact knurl that we need. But it's pressed onto this shaft. Mr. Roblin suggests that I may be able to use the shaft if I take my swivel assembly out, remove the old shaft and replace it with this shaft complete. I might have to weld the bottom to the fitting. I'm not sure. But removing it from this shaft and placing it on our shaft is an option, except that it's, again, a tricky thing to do because it's pressed on. So I would have to heat it up, I suppose, and have some kind of puller to remove it, and then remove the assembly from the truck and press it on in a vise or something. So it's a tricky thing, but we're getting there. All right, here's the Reader's Digest version of why we need two panels and a solenoid switch between them. The battery powers panel number 1. Panel number 1 operates items that need to be always accessible. The four-way flashers, lights, horn, things like that. The lights and the horn have their own relays. But panel number 2 is not activated until the ignition switch is activated. So these items can only operate when the ignition switch is on. So the wiper, heater, gauges, ignition, etc. The power for the switch comes from a line from panel number 1, which is always activated. When you turn on the switch, it throws a signal to the solenoid, which closes the contact to send the power to panel number 2. If it weren't done like this, then all the power would run through the ignition switch and you would burn the switch. Anyway, that's the way I understand it, and that's the way I'm doing it.